That'd be fine, just like that.
Can I get this clip?
Yeah, absolutely. Wherever you want to put it at.
Right here. That'll work.
Pocket?
Pocket, or if we could just set it up here somewhere.
I'll put it in my pocket, that way I don't pull it off and break
Yeah,
it.
they have time.
Yeah.
For the mayor to step in and say make any comments. We also have the mayor of Galveston here, so we don't have any questions for him as well. He wouldn't mind stepping in.
All right, sounds good. So this is kind of my idea is, there is one correction that I want to talk about beforehand. So the suspect is actually from Rosenberg, not from Galveston. That was a mistake on my end, so that's going to be a correction that I'll send out after the press conference. So what I'll do is I'll just introduce myself, read the briefing that's already been sent out to y'all. I'll introduce Mayor Brown. If you would come up and speak, that's up to you, whatever you'd like to do, Mayor. And then I'll field questions after that. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, thank you. Does anybody need to check any audio or anything?
You're good to go?
Okay. Afternoon. My name is Sergeant Derek Gaspard. That's DEREK GASPARD, and I'm with the Galveston Police Department. We meet today on unfortunate circumstances in reference to a fatality accident that happened late last night. At approximately 11:35 p.m. last night on August 6th, officers with the Galveston Police Department were dispatched to a major accident at 33rd Street and Avenue R. Responding officers arrived and began their investigation. Witness accounts and accident reconstruction led investigators to believe the driver of the striking vehicle, which was a black Hyundai SUV, was traveling eastbound on Avenue R and failed to stop, striking a golf cart and a black Dodge pickup traveling southbound. The adult driver of the golf cart was pronounced deceased at the scene. An adult female passenger and 2 juveniles on the golf cart were transported to the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston and later succumbed to their injuries. An additional adult passenger and juvenile passenger of the golf cart were also transported to the University of Texas Medical Branch and are currently in critical condition. The passenger and driver of the striking vehicle, which was a black Hyundai SUV, sustained minor injuries and were transported to the University of Texas Medical Branch in Galveston. And the driver was later arrested for 4 counts of intoxication manslaughter with a $100,000 bond for each charge. The suspect has been identified as Miguel Espinoza of Rosenberg, Texas, and is currently at the Galveston County Jail. Currently, the names of the deceased are being withheld as we wait for confirmation the next of kin have been notified officially. This is a terrible situation, and the Galveston Police Department is very disturbed by this incident, and we keep the family in our hearts.
Can you talk just a little bit more about the scene so he's been charged with intoxication manslaughter. So there was the sobriety test on the scene that was able to determine that he was under the influence?
That is correct.
And there was a woman in the car as well with him. She's not facing any charges or?
No, there is no criminal charges pending for the passenger of the vehicle.
Gotcha.
Do we know where he was coming from?
Initially, no, I don't have the information in front of me. I apologize.
Is that something you guys investigated? Is TABC go into that? Or?
So we are actually working hand in hand with TABC right now. They assisted us in this investigation, and I don't have that information in front of me, but I'm sure that's one of the follow-ups that we will do.
Was everyone in the car related, and what were the ages?
In the cart,
Yes.
the golf cart, we believe it's 2 different families that were involved. There is relation, of course. I don't have that information in front of me.
Do we know?
Do you have ages of those who were?
I do. We're not going to release that just yet until we release the names officially.
Was the golf cart a rental golf cart or not?
The golf cart was a rental.
Okay. Do we know if the victims were islanders or visitors or?
We do have that information, but we're not going to release that until we release the actual names and ages.
Do you know if the golf cart had its lights on, or like was there any kind of obstruction on their end?
I don't believe so. I don't have that information in front of me, though.
You don't know, or you don't believe the lights are on?
I don't believe I have that information.
What is the status on the other 2 in the hospital?
Critical condition.
Critical.
Yes, sir.
And that's from the other vehicle that was involved that
If we're talking about the 2 additional passengers of the golf cart, they are in critical condition. The 2 other passengers in the Dodge pickup truck sustained no injuries.
So there were 6 people in the golf cart.
Correct.
On the man charge, any additional charges are sought?
There is additional charges pending at this time. We haven't had those approved just yet. Those charges would be intoxication assault.
The scene was clear this morning. As the vehicles, are they in evidence or?
They're correct. They are in evidence right now.
And just to get clarification, you said that they are all related, but not necessarily 2 separate families? The relationship
I believe the
at all?
information provided to me was there's 2 separate families.
2 separate families, but the 4 that were confirmed dead are one of the families?
I don't believe that's correct, no. I
Okay.
think it's 2 separate families and there's deceased on both sides of each family, if that makes sense.
So 2 separate families were driving in the golf cart together?
Correct.
And 4 out of the 6 are no longer with us, 2 in critical condition?
Correct.
You might have already said, but what were the results of an initial sobriety test?
They were enough for us to determine that he was intoxicated, and we charged him with the offense of intoxication manslaughter times 4.
Did the suspect receive a blood test?
I believe a search warrant was conducted for retrieving blood. Yes, sir.
And can you tell us which way each vehicle was going? The suspect's vehicle was on Avenue R attempting to cross 33rd,
Correct, traveling eastbound,
and the golf cart and the other vehicle,
north and south.
was the
And-
golf cart going south?
I have that information right here.
Towards the beach?
So the golf cart was traveling northbound on 33rd, and the Dodge pickup was traveling southbound on 33rd. And north to south is not controlled by a stop sign. East to west is controlled by a stop sign.
Can you say if the suspect vehicle hit, was it like a 1, 2, 3 type of collision, or was it he hit the golf cart and the pickup kind of converging? Can you explain how the actual
So
collision occurred?
the suspect vehicle struck the truck, and directly next to it was the golf cart passing in the opposite direction. Does that make sense? It was just one crash, I guess is the best way to describe it.
So the truck being hit by the suspect vehicle then crashed into the golf cart
That is correct.
from the moment, so that it was basically kind of suddenly pushed into the golf cart.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Derek, last year, the Daily News wrote that the city council was considering some new rules on golf carts, including a ban on driving at night. What the Daily News reported is that some laws might already ban golf carts from driving after dark. Does GPD try to stop people from driving golf carts at night?
So we enforce the municipality laws in Galveston in reference to golf carts. We also have the marshal's office that assists us with that. But if the vehicles are legally on the roadway, have all the proper equipment and stuff like that, they're allowed to be on the roadway.
Okay, so there's not like a general, you guys don't go around, or your officers don't go around golf carts after sunset saying, get off the road or anything
No,
like
sir.
that?
No, sir.
Was the golf cart a rental, or was it like properly licensed and owned by the family?
It was a rental, the best of my knowledge. No other questions right now. I introduce Mayor Craig Brown, and Mayor, if you'd like to say anything. Yes, sir.
I'm Craig Brown, Mayor of City Galveston here. On behalf of the city, I want to extend our prayers and thoughts and prayers to the family and all individuals that were involved in this accident. And I want to thank the Galveston Police Department for their efficient management of this situation. We're a resort community here in Galveston, and golf carts have become quite a prolific mode of transportation here on the island for our residents and for our visitors here on the island. We enacted golf cart ordinances here about 6 to 9 months ago to help control the increased number of golf carts, and at our coming City Council meeting on August 11th, this coming Thursday, we will be visiting again and relooking at the ordinances concerning golf carts. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes.
it's me. About the question I just asked, can you confirm the city council did talk about nighttime driving rules last year and you guys passed on them or removed them from the ordinance? Do you remember that discussion?
We did. We passed rules on golf carts. They have to be registered. They have to have a license plate, so forth and so on. But we're seeing more and more golf carts on the island here that are on streets that they are not designed to be on because of the speed limit. We're seeing golf carts with too many people in the golf carts, and they have to, and we're seeing numerous golf carts with children in the golf carts, no seat belts, and more individuals in the golf carts than they're designed to have. So it's becoming quite a concern here on the island. We take the responsibility of providing a safe environment for all of our visitors here very seriously. And when we have situations like this, it causes us to take pause and to look at what else we can do to provide a safer environment for all of our visitors.
So Mayor, the rules currently, they have to have, theoretically, at night, if they're driving at night, obviously they have this reflector on the back. They have lights forward and backwards that make
Yes,
them highly visible. But if they're, let's say, the number of people riding exceeds what would be considered the standard safe passenger, does the city have any plans to try and reduce that?
Well, possibly. I think the key too for our city here is enforcement of our current ordinances and to look at what else we can do to maybe expand the ordinances to provide a safer environment for these golf carts. And I was out last night, the island was busy, and there were golf carts, residential as well as rental golf carts out all over these streets. And we just need to look closer at what we can do to help control the situation.
Have you guys ever had discussions about drunk driving incidents on the island or about whether more intersections need more stop signs or lights?
That is something I could refer to the Galveston Police Department on that. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Do you know how many fatal golf cart crashes you guys have had in recent years?
I do not have a number in front of me,
Do you
John.
remember the last time there was one?
I don't. I apologize. That's something that I could look up and send it out to everybody if you'd like.
Just to clarify, he ran the stop sign.
That's correct.
Okay.
That is correct. Anything else? Thank y'all so much for coming.